A very good evening and welcome. This is Primetime News here on MTV Sports and Shakti TV. I'm Ramesh Rugal Bandara.
And I'm Hizrina Hizbi, and here's what's making it to the headlines this evening.
Day 2 of the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya commences. Devotees from across the nation flock to pay homage to the sacred relics. CID and Army to undertake broad investigations into soldier arrested for being in close proximity to the President while possessing a firearm. People of Puttalam at risk of lead poisoning due to improper disposal of toxic waste. An Action TV expose. Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, named their baby daughter.
Our top story tonight, a large crowd has gathered to pay homage and worship the sacred relics of Lord Buddha and the Maharahat Theros at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya, organized by the Capital Maharaj Organization Limited, together with John Keels Holdings PLC. We are now joined by Newsfirst Joel Outscoon, who is at the special enclosure housing the relics for more. Joel? Good evening, Joel. We are now joined by Newsfirst Joel Outscoon, who is at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya. Good evening, Joel.
Well, thank you very much. A very good evening to all our viewers. Well, we know that the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya is currently underway at the premises of the Capital Maharaj Organization head office located in Braeburn Place, Colombo 2. Now, a special feature and a special attraction at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya is the exposition of the sacred relics of Lord Buddha and Maharahat Theros. Now, we saw people gathering here in numbers, coming here to pay their homage and obtain their blessings from the sacred relics. And people were coming here and gathering in queues in order to get a glimpse of this very rare opportunity. Well, along with the religious aspect, we have the Teletorana, which is a one-of-a-kind and first-face experience for the people of Sri Lanka, which depicts various stories of Buddhism, which is the Teletorana. Then we also have a special dance organized especially for the devotees who flock at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya. Then again we have Batiki for your entertainment, and which is a significant feature in and during the period of Vesak. Well, that is the very latest, so we too invite you to come and be a part of this historic and momentous occasion, which is the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya. So, while saying you to come and be a part of this, I'm handing it over back to the news desk. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Joel Outscoon. Over to you.
Thank you, Joel, for that comprehensive update.
Devotees were granted the opportunity from 3 p.m. today to pay homage to and worship the sacred relics at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya.
The sacred hair relic of Lord Buddha and the relics of 14 Arhants were placed in the special enclosure at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya today, following religious observances. A long queue of devotees lined up from early this morning to pay homage to the sacred relics and the relics of the 14 Arhants, including Sivali, Ananda and Angulimala.
බුදුන් ප්‍රමුඛ 16 නමක් වූ මහරහතන් වහන්සේලා දකින්නේ ජීවමාන දෙවුරන් විහෙරට එනවා කියන.
We must all seize this rare opportunity to come to this living Devaram Vihara and see the Lord Buddha and 16 Arahats. We always say that if there is a great person in this world through whose eyes you can see the universe, then it is Lord Buddha. The people of Sri Lanka are blessed to be able to witness Lord Buddha with their own eyes, and therefore we invite them to come here.
ආරාධනා කරනවා බුදුන් දකින්න මහා සංඝුන් දකින්න එන්න.
The sacred relics of Arhants, Sariputta and Moggallana, two of the Lord Buddha's closest disciples, were brought to the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya from the Agrashravaka Mahaviharaya in Maliga Kanda. The worship of the relics commenced following religious observances this afternoon. Special religious observances for the Agrashravaka relics were conducted by the chairman of the Sri Lanka Mahabodhi Society, Venerable Panagala Upatisatera.
මේ වඳින්න ධාතුන් වහන්සේලා මම හිතනවා මහරජා සංවිධානයටත් ඒ වගේම ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහබෝධි සමාගමටත් පෞද්ගලික මටත් මම හිතනවා විශාල ලොකු ආශිර්වාදයක් කියලා මේ.
When I see the large numbers of people coming here to worship the sacred relics, I believe it will be a great blessing to the Capital Maharaja Organisation and the Sri Lanka Mahabodhi Society. Such a sight gives me great personal happiness, and doubtless the Mahabodhi Society, the trustees and all the participants must be experiencing this happiness. When looking at the people who have come for this meritorious deed, not only from Sri Lanka but from around the world, we can be very happy. People who had come from all corners of the island lined up today and waited patiently for the opportunity to pay homage to the sacred relics. Arrangements have been made for devotees to worship the relics until midnight today as well.
මේ තුන්වෙනි පාර බලන්නේ අන්න මේ නංගිට පිංචි දෙන්න මාව එක්කම මං කලින් ඇවිදිලා නැහැ. අපි පදවියේ ඉඳලා අනුරාධපුරයට ඇවිල්ලා ඊයේ රෑ කෝච්චියෙන් ඇවිල්ලා මෙහාට දැන් උදේ 6 ඉඳලා මෙතන මේ වාඩිලා ඉන්නවා. අපිනක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ පස්සෙන් යනවා හා සමානම තමයි අපිට මේ ගමන. වෙසක් දවසක මේ වගේ බෑ දකින්නක අපි කරපු ලොකු පිනක්.
ඇත්ත වශයෙන් කියනවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ කරගන්නේ වචන වලින් කියලා නිම කරන්න මේ පින්කම.
A digital teletorana at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya, another unique creation, was switched on ceremonially today by Ajit Gunawardena, Deputy Chairman of John Keel's Holdings PLC.
Ajit Gunawardena first laid floral tributes at the foot of the standing statue of Lord Buddha.
ආලෝක කරන පද්ධතියයි මෙහි පැමිණ සිටින අතිවිශාල ජනතාවකට දැක බලා ගැනීම සඳහා.
He then ceremoniously switched on the digital teletorana for the second night.
ඒ වගේම සාරිපුත්ත මොග්ගල්ලාන කතාවස්තුව අතිවිශාල ජනතාවක් සහභාගී වන මේ වෙසක් කලාපයේ ආලෝක කරන පද්ධතිය.
The decorative lights at the Vesak Kalapaya were ceremoniously switched on by Tirunave Valpanava, Public Relations Officer at the Ministry of Defence.
දෙවන දිනේදී සිරස වෙසක් කලාපයේ දෙවන දිනේදී ආලෝක කරන පද්ධතිය විවෘත වන්නේ. ඉතින් අපි ඔබටත් ඇරියුම් කරනවා පැමිණෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ බ්‍රේක් ගෲප් ප්‍රදේශයේ තිබෙන වෙසක් කලාපයට පැමිණෙන ලෙසට අපි ආරාධනා කරමින් මේ ස්ථානයේ සිට සමුගන්නවා. යලිත් වරක් ඔබට ආරාධනා කරනවා සාරාජ්‍ය
This unique torana brings to life the Sanjeevik and Vedabal Jatakas and the story of Sariputta and Moggallana. The creative input came from artists Palyagoda Dayananda, Arisiri Kurituwakku and Susil Janta. Several dances have been organised this time around as well to satiate the hunger and quench the thirst of the countless devotees visiting the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya. The Vice Dancer is open until early morning, accompanied by dancers serving tea, medicinal drinks and soft drinks. The Dampalriya or Sobana Malige, utilised by the late Anagarika Dharma Pala to spread the message of the Dharma, is also on display at the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya. This unique vehicle was provided to the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya to be put on display by the Sri Lanka Mahabodhi Society, which is the custodian of the vehicle at the Agra Shravaka Mahavihari in Malga Kanda. The performance of songs of devotion by various popular singers have also won the hearts of visitors to the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya.
Religious leaders and other prominent persons visiting the Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya added their praise and appreciation.
Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya මේ රටේ බෞද්ධ ජනතාවට
The Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya depicts certain valuable instances to the public. Firstly, it allows devotees to pay homage to the sacred hair and relics of Lord Buddha. And also devotees could pay homage to 16 Maharatheros. Truly what is expected from a Vesak zone is to inculcate compassion and to increase the knowledge of the masses. Both these points are accomplished through this Vesak zone. I see this as a very good thing.
අවස්ථා දෙකම සම්පූර්ණ කරගන්නට අවකාශය සැලසෙලා තිබෙනවා. මම මේක ඉතාමත් හොඳ දෙයක් හැටියට මා දකින්නේ.
This is magnificent. This is the most holiest of holy days in Buddhism, to celebrate the birth of the Buddha and the bringing of the Dhamma, the living Dhamma that is still alive, and to celebrate the Parinibbana also of the Buddha. And I wish everyone could visit it. It's a very special time of year.
Sirasa Namami Vesak Kalapaya බොහෝම උත්කර්ෂවත් අන්දමේ.
The Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya has been organized with much eminence. I have already seen many people coming to worship here. I'm very happy and express my gratitude to Sirasa and John Kills on behalf of the people of this country.
John Kills ආයතනයටත් අපේ ස්තුතිය පුද කරනවා රටවැසියන් වෙනුවෙන්.
Sirasa Vesak Kalapaya has been an annual ritual, irrespective of various other the religious differences, race differences in this country. Sirasa has been always working towards the racial and religious harmony, and they are doing it in very good faith. I think the whole country appreciates what they are doing.
I've been longing to visit this place. I missed it in the last 3-4 years. This year, by the grace of God, I could achieve my ambition. I'm really happy. Maharaj organization is doing this for the last so many years. We are engaged in several activities. All are very much welcome by the people. But the climax is this.
I'm very happy to attend the Vesak Kalapaya that has been organized by the Sirasa group of companies. I wish the Sirasa organization all the best, and I hope that they carry out this good work for many more years to come.
Meanwhile, in related news, Sirasa FM commenced a program to distribute Buddha statues to devotees who arrive at the Sirasa Vesak zone.
We, Sirasa FM, launched a special program in the Sirasa Vesak zone. We launched a program to distribute the statues which have been in the midst of the Agroshravak and Sarvana relics and have been amidst the chanting of Pirit. We have carried out the necessary arrangements to give away these statues free to those who made inquiries regarding this from Sirasa FM. We are ready to give away 10 such statues symbolically on the last day of the Sirasa Vesak zone. We ask those who wish to receive more information regarding this and those who would like to get a statue delivered to their house to listen to Sirasa FM. We ask them to listen to Sirasa FM. We will notify you how the program will be carried out through Sirasa FM.
Now, meanwhile, the Vesak zone organised by the Ministry of Defence is currently underway at the vicinity of the Hunupitiya Ganga Rama temple.
This Vesak zone is held in the environs of the Hunupitiya Ganga Rama temple, the Seema Malakaya and temple trees. The public will be able to witness the Vesak lantern exhibition as well as enjoy songs of devotion performed by the Army and Navy.
The President had on his mind to make this event a ceremonious one. Many are gathered here at the event. Since this zone is being organized by Sirasa and others jointly, we had planned to organize an event on the sidelines. Therefore, this event will have a display of a series of pandals and lanterns as part of a competition being held in Gangarama with the assistance of the Triforces. What is significant is that this road was not lit up with lanterns and pandals before, but this time around we had taken measures to make sure that this is done. What we wanted initially was to lay out a proper program to set up the lanterns, and now we are content we had achieved that feat. And also the trade zone has been decorated with lanterns. Through that, we hope to grant an opportunity to the public to view all during the Vesak season.
On to our developing story tonight. The Criminal Investigations Department, together with the Army, has commenced investigations into an incident where an Army commando in possession of a firearm was in close proximity to the President at an event held in Angunakola Palace. The Army commando was taken into custody and was remanded until the 12th of this month.
The Police Special Task Force arrested an Army commando who was in possession of a firearm and was in close proximity to President Maithripala Sirisena at a party meeting held in Angunakola Palace. He was later handed over to the Presidential Security Division and steps were taken to release him. The Criminal Investigation Department, who carried out investigations into the incident, later arrested the Army commando after informing the Army. He was then presented before the acting magistrate of Angunakola Palace. As per orders issued by the acting magistrate, he was remanded until the 12th of this month.
It has been confirmed that the Army Corporal was attached to the Commando Regiment in Ganemulla. It has also been revealed that he was attached to the security detail of the former President. The CID is conducting further investigations. The CID is also inquiring into a possible lapse of security at this event where the President was in attendance. The Corporal's purpose for attending this event is also being investigated.
An investigation is also underway into how the soldier entered the premises of the meeting.
It was reported that the corporal had come there with MP Nama Rajapaksa for his protection. Police STF personnel had apprehended this corporal when he had approached and handed him over to the PSD. PSD officers had taken steps to remove him from the premises. The CID is also taking steps to record statements from the PSD officers responsible for security at the premises where the meeting was held in Angunakola Palace. Following the investigation, the CID will submit a report to the IGP.
Meanwhile, the Ministerial Security Division stated that MP Nama Rajapaksa has never received any security personnel from the MSD for his protection. However, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa has 225 police officers and army personnel for his security. Army media spokesperson Brigadier Jana Chavira stated that the army and police are carrying out separate investigation into the incident.
We have been informed that the soldier in question was attached to the former President Mahinda Rajapaksa's security detail. He is also a corporal in the commando regiment. He is definitely an individual who has previously been attached to Mahinda Rajapaksa's security detail. Even now he is with Mahinda Rajapaksa. So he is well aware that no one other than the assigned officers can come close to the president with a firearm. Thereby it is very suspicious why a person who is on Mahinda Rajapaksa's security detail came close to President Maithripala Sirisena with a pistol. Thereby, if a proper investigation and debriefing is not carried out, then there will be a lack of faith regarding the security of the president and the security affairs of the country. The fact that it took a week to arrest him is a joke. The officers there at the time, either from the police or the army, should have arrested him on the spot. Nowhere in the world is there a precedent where someone who has done such a thing is allowed to go home and then arrested in court.
Also in local news tonight, a number of houses in the Polonnaruwa area were damaged owing to strong winds.
Strong winds blew across the Kahambaliyawa and Pahalapolavawa villages in Polonnaruwa last evening. Over 15 homes are damaged in both areas.
The wind blew for about 5 minutes around 4:45. During the last Jala season, we didn't have the farmlands. We were victims of the floods as well. What we request from the officials is to help us rebuild. The roof was lifted by winds 3 times. The fourth gust took the roof with it. There were around 10 to 15 people inside the house. They were not harmed. We moved into this house around 2 weeks ago. There were 52 roofing sheets, each 10 by 8. Only one was salvaged.
On Business tonight, the Central Bank's annual report reveals that several public sector enterprises, including Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, earned profits in 2014. However, the report also states that the Ceylon Electricity Board, which gained profits in the year 2013, incurred a loss last year.
According to the Central Bank report, the Ceylon Electricity Board recorded an operating loss of Rs 11.7 billion in 2014 in contrast to an operating profit of Rs 24.6 billion in 2013. Considering all cost components, CB's average unit cost at selling point stood at Rs 20.45 per unit, while the overall average tariff was Rs 18.55 per unit, reflecting a loss margin of Rs 1.90 per unit at the selling point. Meanwhile, according to the report, the CPC's financial position improved in 2014, recording a turnaround from the loss position in 2013. As per the provisional financial statements, CPC reported a profit of Rs 1.7 billion in 2014 compared to a loss of Rs 7.9 billion in 2013. The main contributory factor for this profit is due to a decline in international crude oil prices and repayment of debts. Furthermore, the Sri Lanka Transport Board was able to reduce losses by Rs 1.9 billion after incurred a loss of 3.5 billion rupees in 2013. The Department of Railways incurred a loss of 11 billion rupees in 2014. The Central Bank report also noted that the national airline, which recorded a loss of 28.6 billion rupees in 2013, incurred a loss of 29 billion rupees in 2014.
And up next is our investigative journalism segment, Action TV.
As a result of the vigilance of area residents, on the 16th of March, the police took custody of this tipper in the Pulitchakulama area. On the instructions of the Environment Authority of the Northwestern Province, a prawn farm owner in the area using tippers filled empty pits that were left behind from clay and sand mining in the Pulitchakulama area, which was done utilizing permits issued by the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau in violation of the conditions imposed by the permits. The secret behind this vehicle being seized by the Mundalama police is brought to light when considering the spillover effects faced by the people of Pulitchakulama, which in turn raises suspicions over this soil. The next day, the police confirmed that soil similar to what was found in the tipper had been dumped in swamplands in the area and on roads in the area. The Central Environment Authority carried out laboratory tests on the soil found in the tipper following a request made by the police. The laboratory tests confirmed that the soil in the tipper and the soil that has been dumped at various locations in Pulitchakulama is actually the slag left behind following the process of smelting lead. The negligent dumping of this lead-contaminated soil paves the way for lead poisoning to occur in both humans and the fauna in the area. While lead poisoning could cause respiratory problems and other health problems for adults, it is especially harmful to children as it affects the nervous system and can cause permanent mental disability. After seizing the tipper and submitting soil samples for testing, the Mundalama police submitted to court that the vehicle was seized on the charge of transporting soil without a permit. Lead slag is classified as toxic waste by the Central Environment Authority and internationally. As per the Gazette issued by the authority, permits should be obtained separately for the storage, transport, dumping and treatment of toxic waste. As such, all four activities come under the supervision of the Central Environment Authority. Since there is no procedure for the disposal of lead slag in Sri Lanka, the only option is to store the slag safely, having obtained a permit from the CEA, until it can be handed over to those capable of disposing of the toxic waste. On a prior occasion in Bingiria, when a company was brought before court in a matter relating to the disposal of lead slag, the company informed the court that it exports the lead slag produced as a waste product by its factory to China. With or without knowledge of the legal background and the legal precedent that has been set, the Mundalama police is yet to submit the CEA's report with the findings of the lab tests to court. In such a backdrop, on Tuesday, a certain group had deposited lead slag in the vicinity of several villages in the Pallama police division, which lies adjacent to Mundalama. According to area residents, the same group of people who bring the waste to certain areas are also responsible for incinerating it. According to the permit issued by the Northwestern Province Environment Authority, which is yet to conduct any inquiry into this incident or the incident of the 16th of March, there is only one lead smelter in the province. If there is more than one smelter in operation in the province, then the Central Environment Authority too is accountable, since the law accepts that the environment has no demarcated boundaries. When toxic waste is being added to the woes of the underprivileged people of Puttalam, who already suffer from the lack of water and the threat of wild elephant incursions, are the officials entrusted with enforcing the law, whiling away time until a lung disease scourge ravages the northwest, just as kidney disease has ravaged the Rajarata? Secretary to the Ministry of Environment, this is over to you.
That's a wrap of Primetime News for tonight. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Ramesh Bandara.
And I'm Hizrina Hizbi. Take care and have a pleasant Monday night.